So you wanna learn about beer? Stay tuned and never fear. They're the guys for the case, 'cause they'll tell you all about what they taste. We got Mudhole, B&Q, we loves Star Wars and grilling too. And Knox got loves baseball and board games, he's played them all. There's no place I'd rather spend the money nights than here, having a few chuckles and damn good beer. Now it's time.
Dude, those look good.
They were. Oh, you were way out of frame, my friend. We were doing so good until we went live.
So good. So good. Hopefully we're good now.
Yeah, we thought we were all prepared, and we were not.
Welcome back to episode 58.
Nine?
Nine.
Nine.
Of the
Unless
Two
I
Beerded
can't count.
Guys, I'm TBG_Ops guy.
Modog B&Q.
With us today is the smartest man in beer.
Smell money.
And behind the camera, the one, the only.
Oscar and Matt.
Welcome back. Today's going to be a little different. We're going to start off with 3 blind taste tests. Well, we're blind on the first one, and then everybody's blind on the next 2.
Yep.
This should be interesting. It's going to be something I've never done much of. Smo obviously does it, but yeah, I've never done much of this. I am a little nervous. It's going to be interesting. I don't want to look stupid. I don't like looking stupid, especially not on a show that I help run. But, you know, it's fine. It's fine.
Have you watched any of the other episodes?
Well, besides the episode I was hammered, I look real stupid.
No, I mean like just in general.
There's no helping that, buddy.
Fair. But, you know, it is what it is. So we're going to have a good time with it, though, and I'm excited to do something new. Last time Smo was on, we tasted some off flavors.
Oh, yeah.
It was fun,
Why do you
man.
torture us? And he wonders why we give him bad beer.
because Kevin got bad beer the first time he was on the show. Now he's just
No, he had
continually-
the first ever 5.
Oh yeah, that's
He did.
true.
It was
Yeah.
the next time he was on the show, I threw a bunch of shitty beer
Thanks
at
for that
him.
one beer, guys.
But yeah, so it should be a lot of fun. We have the smartest man in beer on the show.
Yeah.
How can you not have a good time?
Go ahead and queue up your questions for the smartest man in beer. I think that'll be a fun. Ask the smartest man in beer anything and
I
everything.
never endorsed this title. I appreciate it. I do.
No, we're building the brand for you guys.
Maybe this room, but I don't
I believe it.
I mean, he's right, but
Yeah.
it's fine. It's fine. All right, so Smo, run us through our blind taste test here.
Yeah,
How
so
are
we
doing?
do these regularly. These are a great way to really take away bias. It's really hard to drink a beer without bias because we have a preconceived notion about breweries and styles and everything else. So there's a couple ways to do blind tasting. This is just going to be a pure blind test. They know nothing about the beer style or the brewery. I say we just sniff it, talk about it a little bit, taste it. At the end, if you guys want to guess the style maybe, and then maybe the brewery or the beer or even the beer itself.
Yeah.
That's great. But then once we're all done, we settled on a consensus. I'll make the big reveal.
Ooh,
It's a big
excited.
reveal.
Now, I have a question as far as the show is concerned. We were talking about, we're going to rate the beers even though we don't know what they are, but we also have the caveats, like if it's on the can and not in the can, like, are we going to rate them?
We'll rate
are we
after,
rating
we
blind?
can rate after the review, I
Okay.
would assume.
What if you do both? What if you rate it before you know what it is?
I think that's
Then
pretty
you
fair.
sense.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So rate
afterwards.
basically on what you're tasting
Purely
and
on
then rate
taste and
on
then-
our...
Okay.
Yeah.
kind
That
of
does
more
make a
on our-
difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You
Energy
and your
City.
Fucking bullshit.
That was an amazing. You would have scored that great if you didn't know it was an IPA.
But if you give me an IPA, if I buy an IPA, it better fucking be an IPA.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get where you're coming from.
It's crisp and clean on the nose.
Yeah. While you guys are sniffing, we got Russell on, says it's time. What up, guys?
What up,
What up?
Russ?
How's the ultimate Einstein of beer today? I think that's
Well,
focused
that's
to you,
even
Kevin.
better.
Oh, is that me? It is. I'm doing good. I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking.
I've also got Carrie on. What's up, Carrie? Says good beer.
I'll do the smaller swirl.
Oh, I already did it, yeah.
I did, yeah. Smaller swirl.
Every beer.
That one I do endorse. That's
Nickel
great.
for everyone.
So we owe you like 4 nickels.
Nah. As much as we talk about it, we only want that.
He doesn't know that.
I
And
watch
don't-
every now and then. I log in on Mondays and watch for a little bit. Yeah.
Nice.
You actually have.
Yeah,
Light,
Yeah.
crisp, clean.
Biscuity, a little bit banana cloves. I'm guessing some sort of Belgian, perhaps.
Does seem a little sweeter, than like a standard lager.
I think a hop profile. Bitter, not bitter enough. Any hops in there?
There's something at the back end I'm picking up, but I'm having troubles like putting a word to it.
Okay. How about this? Another good game to play with this is, what do you think the ABV is?
That's part of what I'm picking up at the end, I think. It feels a little higher. I would probably guess in like the 7.5 range.
Okay.
I think I was going to go 6.5.
6.5. Okay.
Off-screen Matt, what would you guess? Not that you count, but
Now that I count, nor that I know what I'm talking about. I don't know. It's crisp and smooth drinking enough that I don't feel like there's that much there. I was probably gonna say more like the 6.5.
At the same time, I wouldn't be shocked if it were higher.
that back end, that flavor that I'm having trouble putting a word to, is where I'm getting the alcohol, almost like grainy alcohol type, like not burn, but a
Ethanol.
Yeah.
You get that look at exhale. Of
yeah.
this
That's
raw
what I'm
ethanol.
getting.
Yeah.
It reminds me of when I drink like liquor, especially grain alcohol, stuff like that, where it's
Sure.
that little bit of exhales. Ooh, all right, I noticed something there.
Now, there's a little bit of mouth drying at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't linger.
So again, while we're further debating, we got Michiana jump down. What's up, boys?
What up, Thad?
Like Big Boy the rapper, and then
At least I assume it's Thad.
Russell's asking a question here. I'm guessing this is directed at Mr. Kevin. How long should you hold the sip, and does it change depending on style?
Ooh, that's a great question.
That is a very good question.
I think the
Gold
bigger,
star, Russell.
Yeah, really good question. I think the biggest factor there is going to be carbonation. The longer you let it sit, the more the carbonation is going to go away, and you get more of the flavor of the beer itself. So right away, something that's very bubbly will taste very different than it does if it's flat. Right? If you had a flat beer versus a very bubbly beer. So it is style specific in the sense that different styles of beer are carbonated at different levels. But yeah, I think it does. The longer you let it sit, the more you're going to get out of it. Some good, some bad. I usually just a couple seconds. You don't need too long, but experiment yourself. It's always fun to take a few sips and gulp it back a little bit, then let it sit for 10, 15 seconds, or see what works best for you.
This beer, like I said, it's crisp, clean, very easy to drink.
Very.
At the end, I'm noticing the alcohol a little more. I think it's going to be sneaky high. I'm not even, I think 7.5 might be almost low. Just because every time I take that breath, like even now, my beer's been done, I'm still noticing it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those while drinking it, just going down. Oh, God, that thing goes down like
Yeah, it's
water.
real good.
That goes down like water. So I think it's sneaky high. It's one of those that drinks like a lager, but might have the ABV of a bigger Belgian. I'm not picking up the banana and clove as much as John did. I am getting that biscuity. But the sweetness is definitely there, especially at the initial, with a little bit of drying at the end, but not over the top.
Yeah.
Sure.
Matt, any thoughts?
You guys are doing great.
That's like I am not participating.
No,
in
I would like to participate. Honestly, this is not my style, obviously, at all. So when it starts getting to the lighter beers, I know there's so many different styles that I'm not as aware of, even like some of the options.
the
but-
ABV ends up over 10 or something. Matt's gonna be like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
now my style.
This is what we're rating before
I mean, like-
and after.
Matt cracks me up because ABV swings Matt more than anyone I've ever seen.
It really does,
He'll be
yeah.
like, this beer's okay. It was an 11. This beer is amazing.
I mean, I'm willing to overlook some things, you know? It's like, well, you've got a body of 10 and a face of a 2. Like, you gotta have some offsets here, you know? It's all about finding compromise somewhere, but...
Man.
He just said that.
Yeah. Can they hear you?
Yes, unfortunately. All 4 of our female viewers just left.
Jeez.
But, you know, there's different things to appreciate, is all I'm saying.
Got it.
Try to live with that instead.
Yes.
I would almost say almost a little bit of a black pepper
Okay.
spice in there
I can
too.
see that. Do you guys have a guess on the style?
I'm leaning towards some sort of Belgian.
Okay.
I'm leaning more. I get where you're going with that, but I'm leaning more towards like a German lager.
German lager.
Okay.
Any guess beers, breweries, or is that too?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Give me a state it's in, and I might have a chance.
Where's this?
And by
place?
have a chance, I mean
I would
Not really.
aim. I'll at least have a dart to throw
I
at.
believe I could be wrong, but I believe.
Shit, he doesn't even know.
I believe Wisconsin.
Oh fuck, I don't know then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know like 2 breweries in that state.
All right. How would you rate this beer?
I went ahead and I put down a 3.75 for beforehand, before knowing what style it is.
I was thinking the same thing.
I flirted with a 4. I started to write it down and changed my mind and went 3.75.
I'm glad we're doing the rating before and after because depending on what style it is, this might be one of my favorites of the style.
Oh, yeah.
And that might make me seek it out.
Right.
So I think it's real solid. Yeah.
Matt, what would you give it?
On flavor alone, it's very drinkable. It's got that nice little hint of sweet that I can't quite place. I get where John's saying like the banana clove, and I don't know if I go full that, but it's kind of in that vein flavor-wise to me, so I understand why he says it. It's really drinkable. Hopefully there's higher ABV than what I'm expecting with what you're saying. I would go 3.5 just because it's a little less, I think, my typical go-to stuff, but it's very delicious, very well done.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we drinking?
You ready?
Fuck this.
I'm gonna grab the package.
He's gonna walk out and be like, Keystone,
Right,
motherfucker!
right.
It's Bud Light.
It's old Milwaukee.
He's gonna make us
It
look
is
like,
Wisconsin. Damn it.
Hey, this is straight up payback.
I know, yeah.
Y'all are not far off. This is Steel Reserve.
Yes! I was right. I'll close on ABV.
Nice.
8.1%.
I'll be honest, that's the first time I've had
That's
Steel Reserve.
fantastic.
That's better than I thought it was.
So it's a malt liquor. Produced,
Hence the sweetness.
Yeah, Milwaukee. I think it's a Miller Coors product.
Yeah, it is.
Sounds right.
Nice.
I know this is not a beer I drink regularly, believe it or not, but I love doing this beer in blind tastings because no one ever guesses malt liquor. In fact, you throw in, if you ever want to do something fun, get all your big macro light beers, whatever, or even the non-light ones, and throw in a malt liquor. And 99 times out of 100, people will choose that as their favorite because it does, craft beer fans at least.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Well,
it
it has the
does-
sweetness.
it
It
has
has a little more.
characteristics.
Yeah, it is a small malt beverage. It's
ABV's 8.1 for those of you that haven't had
Yeah.
Steel Reserve.
yeah.
Or remembered having it.
I have had it. I don't remember it
Have
that
you
day.
ever sniffed it in a academic setting? No, no one has. No, that's part of this.
No, I've drank it before, and it was a
Yeah, no one's ever
8.1.
been like,
Fuck
oh,
yeah,
wow.
let's go! And that thing was gone real quick. But the thing is, it does drink really easy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it would taste like
The ABV,
Total terrible
the ABV
flavor.
is stupid high. You do, and I did notice it at the end. That was the one thing,
Right.
and I think
Yeah.
that's the one thing. The difference between drinking like a malt liquor compared to like typical craft beers, it's harder to hide that
Sure.
little bit, that almost ethanol at the end kind of thing.
Yeah.
So you were spot on though with your lager though. I mean that's
Yeah,
not
buddy.
quite German lager, but it's
I was close.
That was the history of it. That's where they came from, right?
Let's go!
Nice.
job, Tyler.
Good job. Good job, buddy.
I don't care if I missed the next two. I started off the night
like it.
well.
I like it.
All right, John, what would you score it now that we know what it is?
I'm gonna go 4.25. If I'm going like a macro beer, this was really good.
Yeah.
And so if I'm looking for something macro, I might push this in front line.
Smell money.
For its style, I'm at a 4. I think that's it's a malt liquor. It's not a style I'm ever going to gravitate towards, but it's delicious for what they did to it.
It's going to be a 4 on the Two Beerded Guys score because I'm giving it a 4 as well. For what it is, and I know, and the thing is, the price point on those is stupid good.
$1.70
Yeah.
can.
Like,
That's a 24 ounce
yeah,
can.
and that's
a big can.
Tax,
You get a
yeah.
24 ounce can that's 8.1%. It's less than $2. The price point's stupid good. The taste is a lot better than most macros.
That was with tax too.
That's out the door.
I gave it a 4 that turns into a Two Beerded Guys score of 4.
Yeah, I think once again, that's why I said for that style.
I had a feeling as soon as he got up to walk away, I was
know.
like, oh, that fucker did us
He
dirty.
did it.
I know he did.
Even more right there was like, man, you never brown bag it? Just roll down the lip. He's like, I don't want to give everything away. I'm like, oh, wait, because that's the style that you drink out of a brown bag.
Oh.
That too.
Like, that is,
Yeah.
nice job.
Thank you.
Overall, though, I enjoyed it. Oscar and Matt, what would you score it now that you know what it is?
I mean, considering it's a malt liquor, yeah, probably 4.25. I mean, it is pretty boozy. I mean, if I can say it's that cheap and tastes like it does, if I was going to get something like that, I've always seen Steel Reserve. I've never had it. I always
I've never
stop
had it
because
either.
like I've had too many other like the shit beers. I'm like, oh well, look how cheap that is. This is definitely gonna be bad, and it's actually not.
Steel Reserve and Natty Daddy are two beers that are those high ABVs, big cans, that are both worth buying. They're dirt cheap, high ABV, and actually taste decent.
Nice.
Yeah, I never heard anyone have good reviews about a Steel Reserve, maybe because they knew what it was going into it.
Right.
But
My best friend and I got hammered on them one time before the Garth Brooks concert in Indy. I'm talking like
that seems like the most appropriate thing to do.
shit-faced. We took them with us and like drank in the Jeep right before hopping out to head in. And oh boy. Woo-hoo-hoo. We were feeling
Were
good.
you at Deer Creek for that show?
No, that was at Lucas, at Banker's Life when he came to Indy.
Nice.
He was here for like 5 days. It was fucking awesome.
I'm sorry, I know I was kind of doing my Dish Bishly duties. Did you guys do the how we do the scoring, or did we?
No, we did not.
kind of 2 rounds.
It's
of
a
it.
weird day today. So.
Yeah, that's why. I
Just a
figured
reminder, our scores are done from 0.25 to 5, based on the untapped quarter increments, because we're not paying for that shit to do 0.1. Fuck that. I'm not giving untapped money for that shit. But 3 is a perfectly average beer. Above 3 is above average. 4 or higher is like we're gonna seek it out if we like that style. Like if I want a stout, I'm gonna seek out. If it's a 4, it's gonna be above that. In this case, if I'm seeking out a macro, a cheap high ABV macro, guess what? Guess the one I'm gonna seek out right now because I scored it a 4 is gonna be Steel Reserve. 4.5 is kind of where we stop being more.
This is a 4.5.
Yeah.
Is
4, 7, 5,
We
and
start
5.
becoming more biased.
Yeah, 4, 7, 5, and 5 are more biased because that's where, all right, we've graded this very fair. Now it's to get to that all-time beer level. It's got to also kind of hit you in the tinglies a little bit.
And
Under
wares?
3 is below average, but between 2 and 3 you'll still drink. Under 2, you're starting to get into that. Okay. Under 1 is for the love of God, hand me a water, or is there anything fucking else in your fridge? We've had a few under 1s. We've had one that was a consensus 0.25.
Listener Pride.
Yeah, Listerman Pride. R.I.P.
Yeah.
Sure was.
We gave him one to
0.25.
try.
Yeah.
Man,
That was all 3 of us that were here that day straight up was like 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. All right, moving on.
So having had that, Kevin, was there something that you just tried and it didn't work, or was there something that
I
went
think something
like
wrong
actually
with it.
wrong
I think
with
something
it?
was wrong with it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a very good brewery, and
I must say, I know, I've
it's
never had
so-
something that went that
Yeah.
like hit the wall, so I
Yeah.
Kevin's
kinda
never
wondered.
brewed a bad beer though, so
That's not true.
I know.
No.
You care to elaborate, Tyler?
Every brewery has had a bad beer.
Oh yeah, I definitely.
Yeah.
But, no, so that's how we score things.
Except Sun King, right?
That is blind number 1.
I had a few Belgians from Sun King.
Now,
Guys, stop.
now we do have 2 more blind tests. These were all 4 of us do not know what they are. They were picked out and wrapped by Stephanie Couch, John's lovely wife. And we have no idea the style, the beer, the age of the beer.
It's a handsome
we
label,
know
though.
nothing about
I really
it.
like that label.
Yeah, it's. I think they really put a lot of effort in the label. I love the use of
Yeah, what's
the
on the
Scotch
can
tape.
better be in the can.
Remember, she just like took
If
white
it pours
chalk and
out
wrote
yellow,
beer.
then it's wrong. All right, so Matt, do you have anything for us over there on your end?
Yeah, we got Brett jumped on us. What's up, fellas?
Holy shit, Brett's watching. That's
yeah,
a first.
drinking beer, eating mess, and watching the best thing about Monday night.
Yes.
Mess. Oh,
That is-
I love mess.
Overrating, but yeah, all right. I thought it just was like mess hall. Like
No, mess is a food that we eat constantly in my family.
Oh, all right. We'll have to get what that is
Sausage,
later.
potatoes, green beans, water chestnuts, pimentos.
A mess.
Did I say sausage? Yeah, it's like a stew. That's
Huh.
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
that's good shit.
Oh, and it says, and ask Tyler what mess is. Kevin Atwell jumped on, says, hey guys, sorry we're late. You get a pass this time.
I better not be late next week.
Yeah. And Christian Max jumps on and says, hey handsome fellas.